Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Setiatti, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started. Welcome back to The Patty Show, everybody. Woo! Yes. Oh, thank you, studio audience. Studio audience is very cultured today. I love the giggles and the good energy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we're here at The Patty Show, episode 20, crazy to say.
Crazy.
Oh man, positivity, finding peace in the present. That's a lot of P's right there. Amazing. Thank you, studio audience. I love you, studio. Y'all just keep getting better and better, man. The upgrades, man. ABC, NBC, yeah, stop playing. So today we're going to talk about exploring how positivity can help us find peace in the present and live a more mindful life. But before we do that, got to recap last episode 19. We're on season 3. Shout out to the people hosting me over here, Colin and Lucy. Give it up to Colin's in the bathroom over there. He's probably going to pop up a little bit, but thanks to y'all. Appreciate you guys talking about pleasure a little bit and this amazing crib is nice
it's
and cozy,
amazing.
Right?
I know, right?
Nice and cozy.
Love
and
the
of
vibe.
course, speaking of cozy, I'm not here alone. I got a little intro for my person to my left. Maybe it's on the right on that side. I don't know.
Who knows?
Joining me is the Princess of Staten Island.
Oh my gosh.
She is the nurse you wish you can have. Okay, y'all? You definitely want to have her because she will save your life. She is family to me from day 0. Not even day 1, day 0. Give it up to the beautiful mountain, Rachel Belmonte. Woo! Girl, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Arigato. Arigato. She knows already.
Yeah.
But Rachel, thanks for coming all the way.
No problem. From Staten Island.
Absolutely, Staten Island. Speaking of, could you give us a little background about yourself, passions, hobbies, and of course, how we met? Please tell the viewers.
Of course.
Oh, what's that?
Anyway, what is that?
I think that's
the phone.
That was the phone.
That's the phone.
I don't know what to do with that, to be honest with you. But
yeah,
we're just going to continue.
Anyway, so I'm from Staten Island. I was born in Brooklyn. 3 days in the NICU. Shout out to Maimonides NICU Center for keeping me alive.
What is the NICU? What is it?
NICU is neonatal ICU.
I told you I see a nurse. She knows it all. NICU.
From day 1, I'm in the hospital. Neonatal intensive care unit.
Oh my goodness! And you survived all of that?
I survived. Yeah. I survived. I was emergency C-section. My mom had an emergency C-section with me. They couldn't find a heart rate on me, or the heart rate was low. My mom doesn't remember; it's a little fuzzy for her. But she all of a sudden she was wheeled into the OR. They didn't even let the epidural kick in, and she felt cuts and like everything happening. And then she
shout out to mom. We love you.
It's crazy. We love you, mama.
We love you.
She ended up just like having me in an emergency C-section, and I was in the intensive care unit for a couple of days, and then so they brought me to Staten Island. Here I am.
And she's alive.
I'm alive,
doing her thing. Shout out to mom. Your mom's actually from, where's she from again?
She's from El Salvador.
El Salvador. Hey, where my Latinas at? Shout out to Planning for my wife. Like, come on now. Come on, stop playing, guys. Your mom is from El Salvador, but your dad?
My dad was born in Brooklyn. And he was raised in Brooklyn. The Italian descent.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting mix.
So mix, the Italian, the Hispanic.
Ooh, I told y'all, a lot of culture. I told you when the studio
a lot of spiciness. A lot of spiciness.
Absolutely. But you're not alone though, too, because you got your wonderful sister.
I got my sister who's in medical school right now.
Shout out to her. She's gonna be on the podcast soon. We're gonna get her one day. That'll be fun.
Exactly. Talk about all of the struggles in medical school and how she's surviving and thriving. So
I don't know how y'all deal with it, because anything medical related is a wild time.
It's crazy.
It is a wild time.
But we love what we do.
You were originally not into nursing though.
No,
when you were in college.
I was a psychology major. Yep, back in college, and then I was stuck between education and nursing for a while because I wanted to work with kids. And then I ended up graduating during COVID times. Can't believe it.
Shout out to COVID.
Shout out to COVID. In 2020. Then I decided to go back in the fall of 2020 to an accelerator program. And here I am.
At what school again?
Wagner. For what? Nursing?
Wagner.
Nursing for Wagner.
What kind of name is that? You know what's funny though?
Right.
Donica's last name is Wagner.
Really?
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that.
Donica.
Oh my God.
Y'all watch that episode with her, because I was like, what? I did not expect that at all. I was
Wagner Nursing, and then Fairfield with you.
There we go.
Shout out to Fairfield. Go Stags.
Stags up, all that stuff.
Stags up.
How did we meet though in Fairfield though? Walk me through your version
of it. How we do it?
Please.
Okay, so what I remember was that I was walking through the commuter lounge one day, and with my other friends, and all of a sudden I just saw you, Patty, like, you know, vibing it up, like yelling, singing, dancing the way that you are. And I was like, okay, he's a cool guy. I'll be friends with him. Why not? And here we are. Like, how many years later? It's like, what, 9?
I feel like it's been a long time. Yeah, 9 maybe.
Wait,
because our 5-year reunion of graduating is coming up.
Well,
so
2016 is when we met.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my god!
Yeah, 9 years. We have to do math.
Yo, 9
the math is nothing.
I know. No, but honestly, that's why I'm like surprised that you made it to episode 20, which is a blessing. I wish you were on the early episodes, but you know we're on different sides of the coast.
Listen,
you know we have to do our own thing, kind of thing. But this is my quick little flower section. So flowers. I don't know if that's a sound effect for flowers. Flowers or beautiful, blooming, beautiful mountain section. Well, before I go to the flower section, beautiful mountain. If they don't know if you don't know the inside joke, beautiful mountain is because her last name is
Belmonte,
and it translates to.
So Bell is for Bella, which means beautiful. Mm-hmm. Monte is mountain, so beautiful mountain.
Yeah, that's what I always called her. So I was like, oh, okay, beautiful mountain. There we go. I love it because she's a beautiful person inside and out.
Oh, thanks,
shout out to her. This is the flower section right here.
Thanks.
From day one, you always got me. All our memories. Thanks. I remember freshman year we had a lot of fun. Yeah. Sophomore year, and then you left a little bit, and then
let's not talk about that.
There was a whole thing, but then
shout out to Sydney till this day who haunts me for joining Wagner for that one semester freshman year.
That was a wild time. She left for a little bit, but
and then I came back.
Yeah, came back. Had some classes together, which was crazy. I can't hold you. We'll get back into those.
Anthropology.
Yeah, we'll talk about those eventually. But I'm just grateful for you because during the COVID time, it was a hard time for everybody.
It was.
But even though you were living in Staten Island and I was in Connecticut, we still found a way to connect. Up. You know, so it was
over pupusas.
Yeah,
in Bridgeport.
Oh my god! If you don't know pupusas,
so
my god, it's what is it? Like a flour thing.
It's from this. So it's like a corn tortilla. It's like some use it from a different flour, but my family always use out of corn. And then it could be stuffed with beans, frijoles, what else? Cheese, chicken. I don't even know what else. Anything. A lot of stuff.
You know what's the good one? That pickled whatever thing.
Oh, it's not what is it? Cotiro. Cotiro was like that. Yeah.
Ooh,
put on top of the pupusas and that's it. That's it.
Yo.
And you must eat it with your hands. You can't if I see it with a fork and a knife, no.
You're out. You're out. Get out of here. That's like getting the pizza with a fork and a knife. Come on now. Red flag.
I've seen that red flag.
Red flag. New York, y'all wildin'.
But people, listen, in New York, I fold my pizza. Do you fold your pizza?
Yeah, come on now.
Some people literally just eat it straight, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean, because they probably don't have the authentic one. You need to fold it a little bit.
But you have those grandma slices, which is those
what's the grandma slices?
Those square slices. Okay. Have you seen those? Oh.
Bussin'?
Bussin'. So good. Bussin'.
You know, I'm in LA. The pizza's not the same. I love LA, but
LA.
I know. Actually, the only thing I miss about LA is the weather. I ain't gonna lie. Guys, it's freezing out here. It's like
he comes in with a full coat.
I know. I was triple double layered. I was like, oh my goodness. I literally fly in in Boston, and I was like, oh man, this is not too bad. I don't know where the wind hits. I'm like,
yep, up.
I'm gonna die. And I was the one that was complaining too. I was in LA. It was 45-degree weather, right?
Yeah. And
I was like, oh man, it's freezing.
Oh my god.
I wish it was 45-degree weather now. I'm literally dying. I'm wearing layers. There's a layer.
What do you guys wear? Sweaters or something when you're over there?
No. It's
sweatshirts.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Us with our heavy coat and everything.
I know. You could probably go just with this sweater on outside.
I was actually a little bit hot today. I was like, oh my gosh.
All right, New Yorker. New Yorker at heart. You know what I'm saying? But most of your life you were in New York?
Yeah, most of my life. And then I went to Connecticut for school for those 4 years.
Have you ever been to El Salvador, for example?
Yeah, I actually went last year. So it was the first time.
Talk me through
Shout
that
out to my family in El Salvador, all of them. I love you all. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Te amo mucho.
Yeah.
So basically, I went to El Salvador last year for a reason. My great-grandmother was not doing so well. She was 100 years old. God bless her.
God bless her.
Literally. She ended up passing away this past June, but just to meet my family on that side of the world, and
that was her first time coming over there.
First time ever. Me and my sister, first time coming, and it just honestly, it felt like home. I can't even describe the words how it felt to be there. It was like I belong there, and so did my sister. We were meant to be there, And it was just like crazy how like the different lifestyles they live, and they were very content with just like a simple life instead of like the hustle and bustle here that we have in New York. So it was amazing. It was amazing.
Well,
But
thanks for sharing. I didn't know
no
that. Rest in
problem.
peace. You
Yeah,
know, we love
sweet.
that, and I love the fact that like even though physically you've only
Yeah.
been there once, you
Mhm.
you had that moment of like,
Yeah.
wow, I belong here.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful
It's
thing when you
crazy.
travel, and especially like where our families are from and whatever,
Yeah.
and like that was my first time ever going to Indonesia. I remember you
Oh
just feel the
yeah.
same
The
vibe of like
love
the love
and
and the simple
connection.
that simple lifestyle too. Oh my
Oh, the
god.
food there too.
Oh, there we go. They know how to season stuff. Let's say.
They know.
Let's just say they
Yeah.
know how to season stuff. Fairfield, you gotta step it up.
Oh,
Yes. Oh man,
no,
man, that's a little
oh
too
yeah,
much
that
stuff.
yeah, that favorite, the Tully.
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
shout out to
gosh.
the Tully was our dining hall, y'all, and
Mhm.
the food was
Mhm.
it was
It was.
it was it was doable.
It
It
was.
was doable. Honestly, it's
It
not that
was.
bad. Actually, it's not that bad.
No, they
Not
had
even.
a burrito
Yeah, so
station.
you had the
There's another
variety.
station, salad station, wrap
Yeah,
station.
and
They had
then the staff
everything.
was super nice too. Shout out to
Yeah.
everyone over there. So
Yeah.
it always helps because then you can always ask for, hey, can I get a little
Right. Extra.
modification? You know, like
Change
can
it
I,
up a bit.
yeah, you know, spice it up. That's the way
Yeah.
the
Oh
Belmonte
yeah.
ways. You know, that's how she does it. Like
Listen, my food needs to have seasoning. It can't be like fully bland for me.
absolutely,
It
come on now. That's
can't.
the land side right there. You know, she likes to switch it up, just like
Exactly.
the major over there. Because we had classes
Oh
together,
yeah.
and oh man,
Oh,
we gotta talk about our favorite class together
that
though.
is
Shout
wild.
out to my boy, Professor Babo. You know,
Oh yeah.
that's actually Jan's dad. If y'all don't know, he's the homie. We love you, man. Appreciate you greatly for
Yeah.
not failing me.
Us.
Yeah.
We sat right in the front,
Yep.
in front of the professor, and we would talk every single class.
Yes, I'm
We
not
did our
proud of
work
it.
though.
We did.
We did our work.
He could attest to that. You know,
We
like
could. We handed it on time.
and we did good. We got
Yeah.
like good grades on
Sometimes
it.
he wanted to separate us, but
Yeah, but he knew we
yeah.
were tight because
Yeah.
everyone else in the class was it was a good
Like,
vibe. Anthropology, if you
Yeah.
don't know, it's like what study of culture. And
yeah,
stuff.
the
See,
cultures.
I
Look
remember
at that. Look at that.
Babo, you're gonna be on the show. Actually, that'd be cool. I don't have to get him on the show. That'd be so funny. Actually, I'm gonna have to get you on the show. I'm gonna call you
Oh,
out real
yeah.
quick when he's back from. I'm just no, that was fun having the class.
Yeah.
And then remember when we went to your room and just like did all.
Oh, we did everything. We did all the assignments really late at night, and then
We were tight, super tight. Like,
it took like naps in between.
yeah, oh man. Oh, and also shout out to you with the snack flower section again. Yo, this girl hooked me up.
I was meant for like you can ask all my friends at Fairfield. I was meant like as the snack person. Like everyone would come to my room. I pulled out a bin of snacks underneath my bed, and everyone would just attack it.
Oh my! Not even attack. It would like take it. But the crazy thing, like I kid you not, every time people would come, it would still be full for some reason.
So yeah, because I had to keep restocking.
It was like you had like stuff like peanut butter. You got like chips or something.
I got crackers.
Like, yeah, you had it all. I was like, girl, this is like a
and then
store.
especially come back from partying, everyone hit my room.
Yeah.
My whole thing was raided. That was it.
Oh my god, you heard us? After like a late night, like half of us were just like literally only 3 people should fit in that room. To be honest with you, but everyone just.
But I had 2 beds though, which made sense. So I was in a single, but it was originally a double, and they made it into a single. But they kept that second bed. It's just kind of my little like lounge area for everyone.
Oh my god, it's such a throwback.
Sophomore year.
Summer was super fun. Remember all the oh my goodness. I even remember when like Val was at Shout Val. I'm gonna get you on the show too. I think I went to like a rugby formal with her.
Oh my god.
That was funny, right?
Shout out to when I was on a rugby team for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With Bonnie.
Bonnie too. Oh man, I miss everybody. Man. Shout out to everyone in college though. Like
it's crazy. Like our lives are so different now, but we try to like meet up with each other.
I know that's the beauty of it. Like even though like you said, last time I saw you was May last year. So that's
and we were in Boston.
That was a month and a half. No, that was a year and a half. That's insane.
That was a crazy night too.
I can't remember. But what's beautiful about that is even though we haven't seen each other like almost 2 years, we literally see each other like we met in the front of H&M and just like
and we're like
we're back. Like,
exactly, like we picked up where we left off.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it because like I always feel your energy rooting for me. You know, even though I'm far as same to you.
You should see me when you're on that show. Oh my gosh. When I saw that Patty was on the show on Amazon Prime, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to watch this episode now. So literally, my cousins from Canada came for Thanksgiving, and this is like the day after Thanksgiving. I put that episode on, I was like shouting, like my sister and I were like, Patty! Even Noah was there.
Yeah, oh my gosh, shout out to Noah. Oh my god.
We were like, Patty, let's go! It's crazy.
It was honestly, it was a crazy experience. Now I can fully talk about it because I signed an NDA for that thing. So like NDA is a non-disclosure agreement or something.
Yeah.
So basically, like, I can't talk about it until stuff airs, or if it even.
But now it aired.
But now it's aired, so I can actually talk, because if not, a sniper will probably kill me.
Oh no.
Sorry, Amazon. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna sue me. But I shot that like in April actually, so it was like months until it came out. I had no guarantee it was gonna come out. Meeting the Canon was super cool, but trying to get him on the podcast. So everybody, Lily Pons, also all that stuff. So it was just a blessing. She was on Stars too. Yeah,
Lily Pons. Yeah, I was watching it.
That's why the Patty Show, we're trying to go to Miami too, everywhere. Just trying to take over. But she's another flower. So I'm giving all the flowers today. Not because you've always supported me like through everything. Like, you got it. From college. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. Post college, during COVID, when it was like there was no opportunities for anybody really. You were still like there, giving the good energy, smiles, laughs, and a lot of snacks. I'm telling you that. She hooked me up.
And this is my second podcast with you.
Oh yeah, there we go. Shout out to my old podcast. I'm gonna get Akbar on this podcast eventually. That was such a fun time to do. Oh my goodness.
It was fun. It was like it was during COVID, and like I remember we just do it like through Zoom or something. It was like video chat. Yeah. And I remember just like, what was it, Andrea, right? Was on it? Yeah. So me and her were just like vibing, and we were just like talking about like life and stuff.
It was beautiful. I'm so glad that you did that. And like I said, she always supported me from day one. And I'm not just saying this, like, wow, this is a flashback. I really gotta watch that episode again. I think it's like somewhere. I
tried to find it.
Might be on Spotify somewhere. I'll try to find it eventually. But this one's definitely gonna be on Spotify and all that stuff. This episode though is coming out New Year's, so Happy New Year, everybody! 2025. 2025. This is in the future.
Oh god!
Oh my goodness. A lot of episodes are stacked up, but why don't we just begin? I told you. It's a long intro. I told you it's good. It takes a while. It does. But it's perfect because our episode theme today is positivity. So it's perfect that I had to have you because you always were positive. All the craziness that we experienced, like
everything.
You stay positive, girl. I mean,
RAs.
Oh my goodness. Right. We gotta talk about that real quick. Actually, I forgot to tell y'all. See, I told you this one. We were both resident assistants on campus, and let's just say.
Shout out to Res Life, Fairfield Res Life.
Oh man, wow. It was
we saw a lot as residents.
There was a lot of patients, and you were dealing with more underclassmen though, right?
I was, my senior year, I was with the freshmen.
Yeah, so that one, that's what. God bless you, girl. I've never dealt. Well, I mean,
you with the sophomores.
But I've dealt with some freshmen because they were like when I was in Loyola. Shout out Loyola. We love them. They had some freshmen in some of the floors, but I've never had like a full floor of like all freshmen.
Oh, it's Patty, what a time that was.
I mean, it's crazy because we've been freshmen, so like it's funny.
Like full circle.
Yeah, because there's like a perspective thing where you're like, I understand why you're wild. Because we were a little wild, not too wild though. Sorry, mom and dad. No, both of
you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that. Nope.
But we just like you can understand why they're like it, but then also you're like, bro.
You're like, we were in their shoes before, and like
but we're like in
and
the
then we're like, how can this happen? Like, but they got wilder like past our year.
Yeah, I think it's just I feel like an old person saying that now because what 26, right? 26?
Yeah, we're 26. Oh my goodness.
But
we started college 18.
Oh my. God damn, we on that.
That's gonna be almost 10 years.
Don't remind me now.
Oh my god.
I can barely move. I woke. Man, I can't barely. Like I was practicing with my friend from. He's Indonesian, but he's in Cali. He's trying to be in the UFL. He's on the podcast. Gali, shout out to you, bro. But I was throwing a football. Yeah. And you know, when you're younger, you think like, oh yeah, play
invincible.
Sports.
You can.
I literally have not thrown a football in probably years. We threw it like maybe 100 times. I woke up, my shoulder was so sore. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't.
Yeah, that's like me when I go to the gym. Like, I went to the gym recently, and my legs were like on fire. Like the next day, I couldn't even walk.
Yeah, it's the recovery's just not there. So I don't know.
We're close to 30.
No,
oh my
goodness! I need to find my wife. I need to get married to my Swedish girl. Something. Anyway, see, we always get distracted, but it's a good distraction. Positivity. Okay, we're going to talk about mindfulness, actually. It's going to connect a little bit to positivity, understanding mindfulness, our first talking point. So, Rachel, beautiful mountain, Belmonte.
Yes.
What is mindfulness in your words, and how does it relate to positivity?
Okay, so it's great that I have all this background now. So, shout out to Jogs, which is the hall I used to live in my senior year with all the freshmen as an RA. I was on the health and wellness floor. So each floor was different because we were like what, a living learning
living
center?
learning community,
Community,
right? Yeah.
Community, which means that like every floor on that hall had like a different, what was it? Like a different, not theme. How would you describe it?
I guess
like a theme,
like a different thing they would focus on.
They focus on, yes, exactly. So I know one of the floors was like sister for sister.
Yeah. So it's like all like women that identifies women like supporting each other, and then
and then it was a wow.
I can't remember.
I remember, but my floor was health and wellness.
At least you remember.
I remember my floor.
Shout out to that.
Oh, my sister was women in STEM. That was her floor.
Women in STEM. Yeah.
So that's like another example. But of course they have for men too as well. But for my floor was the 4th floor. Shout out to Jacob, the other male. All right, love him. So basically, he was in charge of the men on the 4th floor. I was in charge of the women. And we would come together, since we were both health and wellness, we would come together and create something that focused on like the mind, body, spirit. Just because we went to a Jesuit school, those are kind of like the main themes that, you know.
And Jesuit, how would you describe, because I forgot what Jesuit is. That's like,
so it's like Catholic? A religious order. So it's a Catholic university. It's a religious order that focuses on Catholicism and like leading the way, like how God and, you know, Jesus would, you know, want us to live. So it was kind of like a very great, honestly, university. Like it was really great. Like I'm always faithful, you know, like I'm, you know,
she's locked in.
I'm locked in.
Honestly, what's crazy about the whole like experience like that, especially the mind, body, spirit, during college, you don't really think about that stuff because, you know, until
during COVID.
You were trying to have fun with all that stuff, and then COVID hits, and then us maturing, like graduating. I've never realized how much I implement that health, like what is yours again? The mind, body, and spirit.
The mind, body, spirit.
Like every day, I think about it, like just working out. It helps you in the mental, and the mental helps you with the physical, and then so the spiritual. It all like overlaps. Yeah, it overlaps, and you know, we obviously have those assemblies and events. That's like, it sounds corny. You're like, oh guys, so we're gonna talk about mama, and then, you know, as freshmen, and you're like, what are you talking about, Rachel? Honey, what are you talking?
But then when you graduate and you become like a little bit older, you're like, oh wow, this is like, I can actually connect to this.
The mindfulness is like so important, where you have to like be aware of like your body, your decisions that you make, and I think that's probably why I had a super headache today. I don't know, this is weird, y'all, but working, because I was at the Meta office in the Farley building. I don't know. Apparently, it's a landmark. They're lying. I just said that because they had an orientation today.
Well, don't tell me because I'm in New York.
She said she's not.
Forget that. I know
Staten
Island
isn't really New York. Pew, pew, pew. Fire. It's the fire section now. We're flaming. But just being like mindful, I think it's really a powerful thing, because when you're not present and just thinking over, like, I was excited to see you, but I was like thinking about the planning of like the microphone
like
stuff, and so like that really got my head going. Like,
it's like stressing.
It's a lot of stress and stuff. And then with college, at least there was like a structure. Now the beauty is we have flexibility, but with that flexibility, if we're too fluid, stuff doesn't get done.
Exactly. Like we procrastinate, and then we get anxious, and then we have to pull all-nighters and study homework.
And then all the headaches and stuff. Because you're also in school again, right?
Yeah, I'm getting my master's in nurse practitioner. Woo!
Nurse practitioner, and you're also nursing out. She's doing like 3 different stuff. So I didn't even know that was legal.
But my main job is a labor and delivery nurse. So I work in a hospital in Brooklyn. So it's fun.
Brooklyn.
Shout out Brooklyn.
So labor and delivery. Man, that definitely comes back
all
to
those babies.
Yeah. And then your origins when you were first born too. So you were helping out. That's awesome.
So it's
like
crazy.
A full circle kind of moment.
I've always been in the hospital. What can I say?
Well, at least you're helping them out, so that's good. I'm glad that you're doing that, because you've always had that. I feel like you've always had that passion before, because you started off as psychology, right?
I was a psych major,
and then you switched. Oh no, you graduated with.
I graduated a BA in psychology, and then I had a bunch of minors.
List them. What we got?
Health studies, educational studies, and sociology.
I didn't even know you could get 3 minors like that.
I don't know either until I pulled it off my last year.
Oh my goodness, she's an inspiration. I only had 1, and you're gonna laugh because it was Asian studies.
Oh really?
Don't laugh.
No way, really?
That's like if you got like New York studies,
Hispanic studies.
I mean, there's
Italian studies.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Well, I had Asian studies, y'all, just because I'm American. No, Asian. But honestly, for anyone that's like still in college, get a minor, because you'll find an overlap anyway. That's how I got the Asian studies, actually, because I already took like Mandarin. I took a class with Jan, this like East and West communication. Like
I took Asian philosophy.
Asian philosophy was part of the minor, so it's just like you kind of have to just stack it that's kind of like in life too, where you kind of like overlap certain things. You're like, okay, I can do this one thing, and it'll give me exactly lead me to this other goal.
So the mindfulness, how I would describe it, because we're gonna go back to that definition.
Yeah, please, I can get this really.
So the mindfulness is just kind of focusing on your mind and like just trying, I guess, to look at it in a positive aspect rather than like negative. I know negativity can affect it sometimes. We just have to like use like resources like breathing techniques. Like I tell my moms, like I call them moms, like my patients.
Oh, okay, I was like, thanks for telling your mom. Shout out, mom. I was like,
so what's moms? So I know I call like mommies. So like just to make them feel a little bit comfortable in the hospital.
Hold on, she said, "Mom, where's mommy? Where you at? ¿Qué lo que va?" So I did my chat the other day. That's why I'm like, you know.
And I call my dads.
Daddies. No, I'm not a dad though. I'm not a dad.
Daddy?
There you go, Patty. But I'm not a dad though. I'm not a dad yet.
You said not yet. That's the key word.
Well, because I want to be a dad eventually.
You do, of course.
Of course.
We're still young. We got time.
And then she's gonna deliver my child.
Oh yeah, just come to Brooklyn. But if you're gonna be on the West Coast,
I know, right? Or I might even be in Europe, to be honest. Ooh, future ex-wife over. I'm kidding. Maybe not. We're speaking about the moms.
The moms. So they're in a vulnerable state. Like they're about to give birth. They're like feeling like every contraction, like it's so painful. So again, like I have to use like this holistic like way to get them into that positive mindset of childhood. Like some
which is
moms,
impossible,
which is crazy, and like it's impossible because first time moms like they kind of connect other stories they hear from different patients, like, oh, like this happened to me, and then they're gonna like, oh, this is definitely gonna happen to me. So we have to kind of like ease their minds a little bit and talk to them about like what they could expect if something happens, but at the same time reassure them that they're in good hands. Like all the healthcare professionals that are surrounded them, like this whole team is helping them and to achieve that goal, to have that safe delivery that they want.
Wow.
So it's a lot of mindfulness there, just to put them in that positive mindset.
Yeah, it connects to your, like, I guess, the psychology background too, because like you have to be in the right mindset to help these people too. Because you're right. I never even thought about that. Like because my mom. Shout out to my mom, 6 kids.
Wow, look at her.
She had 2 C-sections. Yeah, I was, of course, me with my big head.
You're the first C-section.
So I'm the first, of course. Because that's super stress. Come on, how do you like? You gave me some tips for dealing with that, but what's the breathing technique exactly? Like, imagine I'm pregnant. Not really though. I can't get pregnant, guys. All right, but imagine Patty's pregnant. Okay, goes. Oh my God, whoa, beautiful melting. Oh my God, it did.
I'd be like, okay, Mama, breathe in, breathe out, and then like breathe in, breathe out, and then we just have to say like focus on your breathing and focus on keeping control. Because a lot of moms, what they do is while they're pushing, they lose control just because of the pain or like pressure that they're feeling. We just have to put their minds back into control. Like we have to. That's the main focus. Once they do, that's it. The delivery can be, as great as it can be for them. So,
wow. So you're shout out to you. You're really supporting these people. No, because I didn't even know that actually helped. Actually, I was kind of.
You just kind of calm right there.
Yeah. And then you said focus on what's the main focus?
Just again, the breathing, because if they exert so much energy, like that's it, they feel tired, they don't want to push anymore. And I have to tell them like, listen, like you have to just focus on your breathing, breathe in and out. If you need to take breaks in between contractions, take breaks and then go back into it. So
be persistent, mindful. Wow,
exactly.
That's y'all. If y'all pregnant, listen to her. If not, I'm not pregnant. So surprise, I'm not pregnant. Thank goodness. Thank the Lord. That'll be too much. My goodness, my parents will kill me. I'm like, first of all, that would make no sense.
They'd be like, what?
I'm like, what in the world?
Like out of the house.
Yeah, out of for real. I'm like, well, luckily I'm already out of the house, so we're good with that. But thanks for the mindfulness. I felt even more like relaxed
even with
now.
C-sections too. Even when I have to be like the OR nurse, I have to kind of like reassure my mommies that like, listen, like this is what's gonna happen. You're feeling a little bit of this. If you feel something different, say something. Don't like try to hold it in and not say anything at all. So that's our big thing.
Wow. And now for the moms, it's you telling them that. What about like the dads when they're like, for example, the ones that want to watch? Because I'm on the fence when I think about it. Like I don't have a wife yet or kids yet or baby mama. Don't y'all think now. All right, that's why I left that shit. No, I'm kidding.
Not come back to the West Coast.
Exactly. I'm not going back. Actually, I'm going to like some other place.
Yeah.
But how would you deal with like? I'm sure you've dealt with some like fathers or like baby daddies. We don't judge. You don't have to.
No judgment here.
You do your thing, man.
safe space, or we could do partners. We say partners here in my hospital.
There we go, inclusivity.
Because things are, have changed over the years, and we've been educated a lot, like the nurses or the other staff members, on how to include a bunch of people.
Awesome.
So,
and also, like, it could be a parent too,
family member,
absolutely,
everyone.
But how do you support them, for example? Because obviously they're not experiencing it, so it's not painful. But seeing their loved one like going through that much pain, do they do a similar breathing technique? What's the whole walkthrough?
Well, I've had dads like during an epidural, like in the room. The epidural is when they put that catheter in the patient's back.
The catheter is what?
So it's like, so they attach it to a needle, and the catheter is like this long line where they infuse like the medication that they need.
Oh my God, okay.
To help like with the pain of the contractions. So an epidural is meant to take away pain but not pressure. So they'll be feeling like that pressure still, but not like a sharp discomfort pain. So it's like a little bit, I always try to educate my moms about that because they get a little bit confused, which is understandable.
Yeah, of course.
But so we try to tell them like the epidural is not to make them fully numb, because we need to have them hold their legs up to feel that contraction, to help them push. So, but when we're giving, when the anesthesiologist is giving the epidural to the mom, the dads are like, oh my gosh, like sometimes they feel like a little bit like sick because they don't want to see like any blood or anything,
I know,
or
I'd
needles.
be sick,
but then sometimes we have to like put them in the seat just to like kind of like let them sit. Then we take over the nurses and we kind of hold their patient's hands, or but we try to like, honestly, a lot of dads that I've been seeing since working at my job, they kind of are the best like partners to ever have.
Awesome.
Like any partnership that my patients have, like I just see how well it works and how like they're attentive to their their partners, how they make sure they comfort them, like everything. It's just amazing. Like it's so crazy. Like I think because now they're in that mindset, like, wow, I'm about to have like kids soon.
It's a new chapter.
It's a new chapter in my life. Like I have to be there for my partner and support my partner. So
wow.
Yeah.
She's supportive. She's supporting the people that are supporting the people. It's like a
shout out to the partners there, because they're like,
it's not easy either.
I see them like help their like partners be in different positions, like the patient's different positions, to make them feel comfortable. Some nice back rubs, some nice like foot massages I've seen. Yeah.
Yo, who's gonna help me? My feet are killing me. Anybody? I'm not pregnant, but I could be pregnant if I get
in the city. Yeah.
Oh, girl, I was walking. First of all, also this is my other story. I actually got home late because I went to the wrong train. I was like, I'm literally on it, and then I'm looking at my what is it? It goes above ground. I'm like, what the? Like, I'm in Astoria? What the? Oh, nah.
In Queens?
Like, I was like, how did I get to Queens? So I take it back eventually.
Yeah.
So y'all, it's confusing. Boston's is easy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Boston is easy, I heard.
Oh,
like what? They have the color trains?
Yeah, like the red line. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Amazing. But the other day when I did the red line, I'm gonna talk about it every time. I kid you not, the staircase, unlimited. Like,
really?
I took it all because, like, we got a project coming up soon. We can't tell you what it is coming soon on podcast. But I'm trying to get more steps. So I'm going up, 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 and I'm like, oh Lord, it does not stop. Like I look up,
oh my God,
I don't even see the top yet. So
really?
I keep going. But what helped me was just looking at the steps. Because if I looked up,
you're like, it's endless. It's endless.
Exactly. So I keep going, and I'm like, oh, thank God, I reached the top. And then I see another flight of stairs.
Oh my God,
it's shorter, but I'm like,
at least New York has shorter stairs, but you have to read the signs, like uptown, downtown.
Yeah, and then and sometimes the train, I feel like they lie to you. Because, and then it's just so many people that you don't want to even miss a train, so you just hop in.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Yeah, that was me. I pulled in, I was like, oh my shit, there's a train, so I had to like jump on the train.
She came in quick, so I was like, oh.
Express train.
That's the secret to go faster?
The secret to go faster.
Teach me those New York tricks now.
So you have the local train, then you have the express train.
Okay.
But I didn't even know, I thought I was taking the local, but it skipped a few stops. It's like, well, okay, Patty, I'm coming.
There we go. No, that's also the funny thing about it. It's like, it says it on like Google Maps and everything, whatever. But the timing is different. Which the great thing about New York is like there's always gonna be a train.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So you're pretty safe, honestly. Yeah. But like I said, don't get lost out because I read the signs. I should have brought my glasses. I'm kind of blind. I can't. I'm not that mindful when it comes to reading.
And you think the New Yorkers are gonna help you?
Oh, definitely not. Also, because the thing is, most people are like tourists too, so they're lost too. So that's
the craziest and busiest time of the year.
Yeah, it's the holiday season.
It's the holiday season.
So everyone is just like visiting. So I'm like, I don't mind that. I'm gonna waste my time anyways. Because I see the people like, they definitely just came straight from like JFK or like
and they're like with the luggages and everything.
Yeah, they probably were gonna ask me, and I'm like, I'm a real short. I I don't know. I have a lot of friends that are New Yorkers, but I need to call them to help me
So like,
find it.
yeah.
You know, but technology is also so crazy, like the
And
advances
that's what I
nowadays.
use my GPS though on my phone.
Okay.
So even like to get here.
What about like the tech for like the nursing stuff now? Is there anything like new and fancy y'all been
We
implementing?
use red phones, which is like
What
an
do you mean?
iPhone. We have a red cover, but we call it red phone.
Red
So it's like a
cover?
red cover. You know, like a red phone case. So
Oh,
it's
but
an
it's still
iPhone.
okay.
It's an iPhone, but like we call it like a red phone. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
why, but
Oh, interesting.
okay. I don't know what that is, but
So what can it do? Like
oh, it
you
scans
play video games?
medication.
Oh, sorry.
I wish we.
Play
Yo, I
some Angry
wish.
Birds. I don't know. Shout out to Angry Birds. You were on the game.
So we scan the medication. We scan the patient's ID band.
Oh
We
my God,
scan the
that's like
medications.
advanced.
It's cool. And then it shows like the time when we scanned it, when we gave it. So it's
Ooh.
very cool. It
Wow.
keeps track of everything. And I've heard my nurses' assistants who are like the techs on the floor, when they take vital signs, they actually plug in the vital signs to the red phone, and it pops up on the patient's chart. So when I'm charting, I see that they did the vital signs. Yeah.
Yo, it's so advanced. That's
It's advanced,
insane.
and we're getting more and more like technology they're introducing to us, like about like different like medication pumps where they hang the medications. Like everything is like they're trying to advance it as much as they can.
That's so cool. It's like a game now. You just boop, beep,
Yeah.
boop, boop. It's so much. I guess there's
Exactly.
more or less errors then for stuff, or is there
Well,
still?
we're trying to get pumps that just scan like automatically scans the medications.
Okay.
Once you scan like the patient's bands and like it automatically programs it on the pump. We don't have those yet. We still have to do it manually, which is fine.
Yeah.
But we're trying, like, you know, I think like my hospital is trying to get like more technology later down the line.
Absolutely.
Just to make it a little bit more safer, because we really are big on patient safety. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
That should be key. That's awesome. I'm glad that I'm learning from you because I haven't been to the hospital. You know, honestly, in a while. To be, I don't even think I've visited a hospital in a while, which is a blessing.
Which is good thing.
Yeah. Which is good. But you know, you're always there because you're working. But
unless your future wife, you know,
you know what I'm saying. And then I can get a foot massage after for the de-stress.
No, you gotta give your wife a foot massage.
Okay, but are you gonna give me the foot massage? Come on.
Listen, I have another patient on the
Oh wow, you're that she gonna do that to me? That's great. That's great. I need a free foot massage, y'all.
I'll come visit though. Okay, when your wife is pushing in the future, like I'll be like, push.
Honestly, probably she might have a C-section because my kid's probably gonna have a big head. To be honest with you,
don't say that.
My kid's gonna have a big head. I'm gonna be real with you.
10-pounder, 11-pounder coming
honestly,
into the
probably
world.
A 20-pounder.
Oh,
I don't know. That's pretty big. I don't know.
I was gonna say that. I don't think.
What's the heaviest kid that
12 pounds.
That's
I've
like
seen.
usually.
That I've seen.
Is there 20?
That baby was like a toddler. Literally.
Man, my boy said he's ready. He's grown already.
He's grown. He got
the mortgage when he came out here. The mortgage. He got kids already. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh my God! Thanks for sharing that little nurse. I'm so curious because she's teaching me everything new, you know. And then I don't know why randomly every time I see you I just think about all our good vibes because I'm being more mindful right now.
I know.
And positive, mindful. You know, all that stuff.
Wait, what was it? Very demure, very cutesy, very mindful.
Yep.
That's the episode for today.
There we go. Exactly. And that's perfect transition to practicing it now.
Oh, look at that.
Practicing our mindfulness. All right, Rachel, my question for you. How can we deepen our connection with ourselves and cultivate more positivity through this mindfulness?
Interesting.
I know. I hit you with the
with that question.
I hit you with the fire ones.
I would say, like, honestly, a lot of exercising has really helped me a lot. Like personally, like I know everyone is completely different. They do a lot of like meditation, very like a spiritual like aspect of it. But what I've known for me personally is that exercising and just keeping like a healthy body equals a healthy mind for me. Also I do some reading, so like I pick up on some hobbies. So like ever since I started nursing, like, you know, we're not supposed to be on our phones during orientation, but, you know, so during lunch, like I would just like read a bunch of books during lunch. Even when I was on other breaks, I was reading. I'm part of a book club now. Like,
shout out to the book club.
Literally, like all these nurses I've met, like they formed a book club and they just really enjoy like reading and they have a really good passion for it. And it was like amazing. I was like, okay. So I'm like, you know, reading here and there, exercising, you know, praying a lot. I've been doing that. But also like, you know, just like meditation could definitely help a lot. Just like, you know, focus on your breathing, you know, like my mommies and my patients to focus on the breathing. Yeah. But I think those would be like very like great things to do.
That's some great advice, honestly, because like, especially with our lives now, everything's so go. I was telling you how like I'm literally next week already. Like I literally came in last Wednesday night in Boston. Every day I was like recording a podcast. I was working, and it's just back to back to back.
You need to have that meditation right there.
Girl, you're right.
Yeah, breathe.
I have to take it right now. Because we always, but I mean, that's also us too. We're always like active doing stuff. Like,
I think because college actually like formed us into that. Like, we have a job, like we have RA. We were like hustling every single day, trying to think of like those programs.
I'm sure, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Those programs.
Ooh, it was tough. But it taught us a lot about life, though. Of like,
it did.
You just gotta keep moving, and we always were active with different stuff. Remember, it was funny. What is this so random? The Flo Rida concert. Shout out Flo Rida. That was a fun time.
Well, when he came into the audience, like the crowd, I was like, oh my gosh, he was like right there.
It was great because I'm glad we went to experience it because we already graduated from Fairfield, but we never got the hookup. Shout out to Sis and Noah, both of y'all.
They did get us the tickets.
We appreciate y'all. But it's just like the fact that for us, that's why we always connect. We're always kind of like
we never left Fairfield. Let's be honest. Exactly, like we're always there.
At that point, we're always there. At that point, but it's also cool because you and me are very similar. We're just kind of like let's try it out.
Like, hey, let's meet up. Let's do this.
Yes. Yeah. It's like more yes than no, So it's like a
when he texted me 2 weeks ago and he was like, I'm going from these dates in this place, these dates in that place. I was like, oh my gosh, he's going on tour. Like, look at him. Like, look at he's hitting every city.
Patty on tour.
Patty on tour. Well, Lexi gave me the idea because I was like telling her all the dates you were coming.
Yeah.
And Lexi goes, what is he going on tour? And
Lexi, I wish I gotta get you on the show eventually. I'll make sure I'll be back in Boston though. Or actually, y'all gotta come to LA. Please.
Listen, I'll try.
Now, girl.
We'll try. Maybe this summer.
Please, I'll be there. I'm gonna still be there.
It's gonna be like 100+ degrees too.
No. It doesn't get that hot.
Really? Okay.
Literally, I think I was telling you this, but it was like, it gets cold in the morning, like 50. But that's not cold here because 50 is warm over here, guys. But 50, 45 is not too bad. A little bit. Maybe wear like a flannel. You probably would wear a t-shirt, to be honest. But you gotta visit. LA's a fun time. It's good energy, people over there. Yeah, it's definitely more like entertainment stuff, which I'm grateful for.
Exactly.
But a lot of my friends, everyone's like, the Boston area,
come here,
Connecticut,
come
New York.
back.
I'm like, guys, I miss y'all. But I'm happy that you're doing great. You're still trying to work in New York still? What's your plan for that eventually?
My plan right now is I just finished my first semester of, nurse practitioner school.
What's the school by the way?
Wagner.
Her and Wagner. I saw it. Yeah, okay.
So I have 6 more semesters to go, so it's a total of 3 years.
Okay.
Part-time student.
Oh, that's good. You're taking your time then. Yeah, perfect.
Because I work full-time at the hospital.
Yeah, you don't want to put too much on the plate because then not enough mindfulness and you want to explode at that point.
And it won't be very cutesy after that burnout.
She's like, I don't look as good, girl. How do you balance that though? Like a part-time student with like this master's, right? So that's already hard.
It's hard.
And then the multiple jobs, gigs, all that stuff. Family, all the other stuff. How do you balance all that stuff? Any tips?
It's a lot, to be honest, but I try to space out some days like in between and try to give myself that time, like those days off to relax, rest, and to study, catch up on work, hang out with friends, and then go back to working like probably 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row, then have that like long stretch afterwards. So
yeah, and she's over here on her break. I appreciate you again. You know what I'm saying?
Problem.
She, like I said, always support me day one. Like the craziest things. Oh man, we used to do a lot of crazy stuff. I can't even lie.
We did. No,
now I
can see like a whole flashbacks right now of like what we used to do.
Yeah, I don't know if it can go on the podcast. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. We want this to be on NBC, ABC, all that. So maybe on the Patreon or on OnlyFans. I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that.
What's like Alex Earl's like podcast again? What was it?
Which one?
No, what was the other? What's like the main podcast where they talk about some like interesting things? What's it called?
I can't think of the name, but we're not gonna.
Okay. We're not gonna know.
We're not gonna know, and we're not gonna sponsor them. You know what I'm saying? Because they gotta come to the show. Stop playing.
It's not that type of podcast.
Yeah,
this is a family-friendly podcast.
Family-friendly, borderline a little bit.
A little bit crazy.
A little push.
You look at it and put you in those positions where moms are like pushing in.
Oh yeah, imagine they'll be like, "What? Why is his legs up?" Out of contact, give me like the craziest thing.
On all fours, literally.
My favorite. I mean, anyway.
Okay. Next question.
Speaking of dogs, you don't have any pets, right?
No, I actually don't.
There we go. Because she deals with me too much. That's what. Get that dog. I've always thought like you would be the one to have a pet though.
No, I actually don't. No, because my dad doesn't. He doesn't prefer to have like animals in the house. I know.
He's like dealing with all the girls already on this front. And shout out to your dad dealing with two. Oh man.
Yeah, but now my boyfriend, he's allergic to cats and dogs. So
shout out to the homie.
Shout out to homie Mateen.
Man, we love you, bro. Gotta get you on the show too, man. He's allergic to you?
He's allergic. He's allergic to a lot of things.
Man, I didn't even know that, bro. Well, I have a little puppy now, so
you too.
Well, I'm an uncle. It's my brother.
Your brothers?
Yeah.
And his girlfriend, right?
Yeah. The puppy's super cute. It's like a cocker spaniel. It's like a little. I'll show you a picture later. He's a little cute, but he's on his like teething phase, so he's just
What's
biting.
His name?
Cody. Yeah.
Stop.
I know. It's cute, right? It's
Cody.
But whenever, because I carry him kind of like a kid, I'm like,
do you sing to him? Because you used to sing to me, remember?
Oh God! Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Oh, guys.
You sing Chris Brown.
Oh! Yo, shout out Chris Brown. I don't know if you saw, but he won Album of the Year.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so shout out. Even though he got canceled.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how he got
his music
that.
though. His music's fire.
Fire. Respect. Fire. I gotta see him again. Me and Unique was in it. Shout out to him. He was on that. I gotta get him on the podcast again. He also misses you a lot, of course.
Oh, I miss him.
Yeah, we had so much fun with him too.
We had a lot.
Nicole
His
Ramel.
dance moves. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, this guy.
Yeah,
every time we would go to Bible study at nights, because we didn't go out.
And we used to,
drink the wine,
pray.
Before and after, not during, because during would be kind of hard.
God help us at the end. The next morning, though.
You remember that time in Boston, in the rooftop? That was a fun one.
Yes, and then Lexi and I, honestly, we took an Uber ride home, and we're like, how do we get home?
Well, don't say that because that's crazy. But
we did have a good time. We did have a good time. It was like a little reunion again, since graduation, which is 50 plus people in the back of. Oh my gosh, Julio's restaurant.
Shout out Julio.
Yeah. That's Peruvian food, though.
Peruvian food. We love that.
So, Patty, what was it? You rented out the whole back.
Okay, I didn't rent it out. You make me sound like a pimp now. Pimp Patty. It's like a Patty
we
party.
had some space. It was because the class of 2021 and 2020 were graduating the same weekend. Mm-hmm. So I remember it was just a whole reunion of all of us. But it was so funny because when people would leave, more people would come in to fill in that gap.
It was insane. And thank you again, Julio. I'm gonna have you on the show, bro.
And that one waitress, right?
Oh yeah, she was doing that.
She was it was everyone.
It had to be 50 plus people.
It had to be.
Because the picture also, it wasn't everyone because people had to leave.
No, yeah. But that alone looked like 50 people.
It was insane because this restaurant, let me see if I can describe it to the audience. But it's basically, it's a good size. It's pretty big right in the front. I've never been in the back. But we use the whole big size. But inside in the back, it's its own separate party venue area. Yeah. Completely packed. The tables had to go almost outside.
Sideways. It was sideways.
It couldn't go fully
across,
horizontal or whatever.
Yeah.
It had to go diagonal. And it almost went out of the other door. Yes. Outside.
Because as soon as you walked in, it was bam, the table was right there.
So man, I don't know how we made it happen, but
listen, we did it.
It turned out it was.
But that was our first reunion. The second one was in Boston.
Oh yeah. But that was definitely a mini one.
But that was a mini one.
Yeah, but that was a fun one. Everyone was just dancing, vibing. Because we haven't done that in a while.
We haven't.
In a while.
We still need to.
I know. It's just so hard. Everyone's all over the place. People moving. So one day we'll have a big trip. Maybe we're going to Bali.
Maybe we'll film it in Connecticut.
Ooh.
Maybe in Boston again.
Easy. Or we go all the way to Bali. That'd be fun.
Or LA.
Oh,
Bali.
LA.
I'll do Bali.
Well, tell me when. I'll have any excuse to come back to Bali.
Oh, I know it's beautiful, right?
Beautiful, yeah. But if I go, I'd probably stay forever. So maybe it's not a good time.
Maybe you should stay here in the United States.
I just want to keep traveling because I'm going to Mexico. That's my next.
Oh yeah.
Next trip. So shout out to my boy Alex. He's getting married, so we got to support.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's another thing too. What's going on?
Everyone's getting married.
I mean, shout out to all y'all, but
listen, we're happy for you. But we need to slow down.
Yeah, for real. There's some people with kids already. Shout out to y'all too, but oh my goodness.
Married, engaged, married, having kids.
Divorced. Okay. Okay, sorry.
Nope.
There might be
that.
But that's the T. That's the
Oh, that is T.
That is the T.
That's T.
Oh man, yeah. I can't believe that people are already married, pregnant, starting the families and everything.
We're at that stage in our life.
I know it is crazy because 26, 27 essentially.
We're not the 18-year-olds that used to,
just
go pray.
Around. Yeah, go pray. Yeah.
At night. Go pray at night.
Yeah.
Remember Fairfield, we were praying at night.
Yep, Jesuit school. What is it? Mind, body, spirit.
Mind, body, spirit.
What are the other values?
Didn't we have Jesuit values?
Yeah, we did. That was one of them. Mind, body, spirit.
You know better. You were part of Ignatian.
Oh, yeah. I was supposed to the residential college.
That focus on spirit. Yeah.
Cura personalis.
Yes, I remember that.
Stop playing. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. Wow, we're really
caring for the person.
Yes.
Caring for the person.
Caring for the person.
The mindful. See, it's
all
connected.
Look at that.
It's all connected.
Everyone would be so happy for us right now.
Look at that. Shout out to my boy Namek, yo. I don't know if he's still there. That's the homie.
Oh, he is still there.
Oh, he is? Oh, my goodness. He's been there for a while then, since we were a sophomore.
No, but didn't he join? He joined when we were sophomores, right?
Yeah. But that means he's been there for a while.
He's been there a while.
Like
I don't think he's leaving anytime soon.
Shout out to the homie.
Yeah.
Shout out to that's crazy. I'm trying to think now. Men and women for others?
Yes. Oh, that was the other.
Yeah, right?
What was it?
LLC. Probably, yeah. For others. Is there 4 or 5?
There's one missing.
One day I'm gonna remember it.
You know, one day episodes. We'll have another episode where we name all of them.
I know, and just analyze. But honestly, like now when I think about it, like most of those values, even though it sounds corny now, like back then, they are legit. Yeah. Like you, like the mind, body, spirit. Literally, like you were talking about, the importance of taking care of your body. It connects with your mental health too. You know, your spirit is all connected. Yeah. It's like one thread that is all connected.
It just keeps on going.
Yeah, and I had this talk with my friend Gali, the one that's like doing the UFL, all that stuff. We were doing the contrast therapy, you know, like the sauna and the cold bath.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so first of all, that's too cold.
Like, I was gonna say,
I did 5 seconds, my feet were gonna fall. I couldn't even get a foot massage after because I didn't feel my feet. Yeah, they were gonna fall off.
How did you stand?
I don't know. I'll post a video eventually. I eventually did 1 minute after, but you know, I was warm already. Yeah. I get out of it and my legs didn't move. I was like, I was like dying. I was like, Jesus. All of the I was gonna summon all the gods.
Oh my god.
But
we were just to get that moving.
For real,
You're like, where is it?
It's just I need a nurse. Nurse, help me out.
My mom always says, how am I gonna help you out? Because I only deal with pregnant women.
Well, I'm gonna pretend I'm pregnant, please. But it was so crazy. Yeah. But it was cool because in the sauna we were like more like contemplative, reflecting on the year because we did like a couple of weeks ago. But he was telling me how like this concept of having a wheel in life, and like you know how in a wheel
just keeps turning.
Yeah, and then if it's completely a perfect circle, it moves smoothly, right, fast, right?
Yeah.
But if you have, let's say, how you separate the wheel, we got the mental health, you got professional life, you got relationships, you got all the other stuff. If one of those segments is not like up to par, you can still move the wheel, but it's not as fast. But if everything's locked in together, you just whoop, life just flies by.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought about that too. I'm like, some days I'm like, maybe my relationship parts I need to work on. But everything else is blessed. You know, everything this podcast is blessed.
All these blessings around us.
Blessings. So figure out what's beautiful in your life, and then try to work on the other stuff.
Exactly.
Because it's all that balance. You know, you got to be mindful and positive. See?
Very demure.
Very demure.
Very mindful.
And
very cutesy.
Very cutesy. The beautiful mountain lifestyle, everybody. Yes. And our third talking point. Well, we've been here for a minute. I didn't even realize.
Look at that.
You see, I tell you,
you see, we're catching up.
Yeah, except for really catching up, inspiring everybody. Yeah. To wrap up things, creating a mindful lifestyle. You know, because we're talking about all this stuff. We're trying to make it a lifestyle too, because we can talk about it all you want, you know. But if you don't implement those strategies, like you're talking about, those breathing techniques, staying active, it means nothing. Because you can listen to the podcast and then it doesn't get applied, and you're like, oh man, it was a fun time. Which keep listening, stop playing, y'all. Subscribe. It's at Patty Show Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. Website pattyshow.podbean.com. My personal website. I got a personal website now.
Look at that.
PattySetiati.com.
Of course.
Yes. Keep it simple.
Gotta add the last name.
Yeah, of course. And then put /podcast. You'll find all podcasts up. /fitness, personal training, online and in person, LA, all that stuff. Where can we find you, by the way? I forgot to plug you in. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Rachel_Belmonte.
Yes, Rachel_Belmonte. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful mountain. But yes, the final talking point, my final question, just to kind of wrap things up really nice and sweetly. What does it mean to create a mindful lifestyle?
What does it mean?
Yes, what does it mean and how can we implement it a little bit? Yeah.
It just means honestly like staying focused and like on your goal and like what you want to achieve. Because I've known that like, for example, like when I came out of Fairfield, my goal was to become a nurse. My goal was to get through nursing school and, you know, just become who I am today. And I had to do that along the way. And nursing school is tough. Like, I'm shouting out to all the student nurses right now that are in these programs, who are applied for these programs, or are starting next year. It is a tough, long ride, but it is so worth it at the end.
Beautiful.
So worth it. So it's like when I was in this program, I remember I kind of like lost myself a little bit. I was like feeling, angry with myself that I wasn't doing well, being too hard on myself, sad that I didn't get the grades that I wanted. But that kind of like, I used those things to motivate me to be, to pass my, my license exam and to just be that nurse who I am today. And it's worth it at the end. So like, just to like, I know like I used to watch like a lot of like Disney movies, like going back to that childhood that that creates so many beautiful memories for me over the years. Going back to like watching Disney movies throughout nursing school like really helped me a lot, like cope.
That's so
That's
cool.
A fun fact about myself.
Wow, that's cool. That's a good tip, actually.
I took a holistic class, like a holistic nursing class, which is like focuses on like the mind, body, spirit.
Wow.
And it just helped the nursing students like kind of like focus on our breathing, relaxing, gave us a bunch of relaxing techniques to like help us get through the rest of like the year. Like that really helped me a lot. Again, going to church, praying, like I know everyone's completely different. Everyone has a different religious view. But like going to that like particular place of like worship or specific or safe space for you,
that community kind
that
of
helps.
For you.
It helps a lot with that, with the body and the mind and the spirit.
Wow,
so,
she's a Jesuit at heart. I didn't know that. It's so cool that you pointed the Disney stuff because like sometimes you just have to do stuff that's a little like mindless, like that gives you fulfillment.
Exactly.
Wherever that is, because some people like they play video games, some people play cards,
exactly.
Some people
read.
There you go.
They
some
do a bunch of things like
go to Bible study in the middle of the night. On someone
and meet up with Fairfield students.
There we go. Sometimes that happens, but like because in Indonesian it's not the P word, but they call it like penghiburan.
Yeah.
So it just means like she's Indonesian at this point.
Look at that! Look at that!
Penghiburan it's basically just having like enjoyment in life because not everything has to be taken seriously.
Exactly.
I'd say most of life you shouldn't take seriously because if you take it seriously, you have a headache. Like me, I had a headache. I was overthinking, and the thing is, I think I've said this a lot in the podcast, but even though I've known you forever, and I know our conversation is gonna be amazing, I always get nervous. Because this is something I want to do good in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. I pace left and right. Like
you should have seen me before the podcast. I was like, Patty, what do I say?
And I was like, don't worry. Once I get in the zone, we're gonna have a fun time.
Yeah.
But I kid you not. Every time, even with like Jan too, I still get nervous. I don't know why.
Because we're family, and you know what? But I think we still have that mindset that we're gonna like judge each other, which is not true. Like we're very like we're non-judgmental space when we come like with each other, and like honestly, like this podcast went by fast is because we're like talking, like we're friends, like we're having this conversation together.
It's
connection, exactly.
No, first it flew by, and also like it just felt so effortless. Exactly, that's the main thing. And this is just a snippet of it because honestly, we could talk for forever. Years and years.
We can have our own.
Season. Welcome to the Belmonte Beautiful Mountain season. We're just gonna talk about
and the Patty Daddy,
the era. There we go. Exactly. There we go. The Patty Daddy when I become dad. Eventually, sooner than later. But Beautiful Mountain. I appreciate you again from the bottom of my heart. Any final last words you want to give out there? Maybe any of those nursing students, because also like another huge shout out to y'all. Like the fact that you have to apply to nursing school and then it's not done yet
and go through it.
You have to go through it while you're also working other stuff.
Exactly.
So, any advice for them and just the general audience?
Honestly, don't give up. Whatever major you are, don't give up. I know there are going to be days that you're going to be hard on yourself, but it's honestly like just let that go. It's like it's going to be a brand new day the next day. You're starting fresh. I even say that like throughout like my nurses who are on orientation right now, it's like their first job, their new job. You know what? Everything's going to fall into place eventually. Like you will have bad days, you'll have good days. Everything works out. So just don't stress about it. You're going to do great.
Wow. Shout out to all the nurses, man. Like y'all got support right here. And again, what's your Instagram?
Rachel_Belmonte.
Yes, Rachel_Belmonte. If you're looking for a nurse, looking for a laugh, and I don't think when's the last time you posted? Actually, I'm trying to think. Though it's been a while. It's been a while.
For my birthday.
There we go. Yeah, it has been a while. I'm trying to remember. Like
you
haven't seen each other in like a year and a half. Yeah. But it feels like I said, like we just connected again.
Last time we posted though was Boston when we went to Boston together. That was the last picture of me and you.
That was a long time.
That was a long time ago.
We have a lot of funny pictures because also like shout out to you during COVID. Like I remember when you know with my beard, I looked homeless. But she knows it.
Listen, we let ourselves go during COVID.
Yeah. But she supported me still. It was so patchy, but it was like it looked like the I didn't want to explain to it, but basically I looked like the those monks.
Oh my gosh!
And it's true too. She's just being nice. It was like almost it like went here. But it wasn't like full.
You could actually like braid it.
Yeah. Oh.
You could braid it.
And then we did the pumpkin stuff. Remember? Oh my god!
Jackie's apartment.
Shout out to Jackie's apartment.
Jackie. That lawyer, though.
A lawyer.
Yeah, a lawyer.
Money. Wifey, too. Come on now. We love you, girl. That was funny with the carving. That was funny. I did not know how to carve a pumpkin. We
picked our pumpkins at the pumpkin patch in Connecticut, and then we brought it back to her apartment. And it's just so funny how they saw us like carving.
I think she was stuffing. We could not do it. It was so hard.
Erin was there. Her roommate. Yeah, it was all of us.
It was so wholesome. Shout out to Erin, to everybody. That was a wholesome time.
That was a wholesome time. But you see, we didn't have to pray. We don't usually pray a lot, but we do other things.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the beauty of that's why I'm glad you're on the podcast, because you're one of my friends, my family, not even friends. Family that we could do anything,
and we make it fun.
Exactly. We literally on a podcast just chatting. We
went to Florida concerts.
There we go.
Carved pumpkins.
Go.
A spontaneous trip to Boston.
Yeah.
That was very spontaneous.
And then to the beach randomly.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. Just anything, honestly. Yeah. It's just we could go grocery shopping, to be honest.
And then we could just make it a great time.
Yeah, that's the vibe. And that's why you gotta surround yourself with positive people.
Exactly.
Like the beautiful mountain over here. Thank you again for coming to the Patty Show. I appreciate you, bottom of my heart, girl. And y'all, we're not done with the Patty Show. We'll keep going. This is season 3. I told you it's gonna be fire. We're traveling all around. Right now we're in New York. Maybe we'll go to another destination.
You never know.
Next episode. You're gonna find out on the next episode. I think we're gonna talk about passion again. But remember, pattyshow.podbean.com. Find all the links over there. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, pattysatiati.com/podcast. Support, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we're going to end with our favorite little arigato on 3. You know how to do it? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Arigato. Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. PattySatiati.com/podcast, as well as PattyShow.podbean.com, have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime,